Yeah,
Yeah.
moving swiftly away from like more political.
Yeah, get me out of there.
Um,
Otherwise, I'm going to say it.
what?
Keep talking politics. I'm going splunking.
I knew that was coming.
I thought something a little bit more wild was coming, but
Mm.
That's crazy. Lou lives in the UK, and even they're saying we should be able to trust them, but from experience, law enforcement doesn't always give a shit. That is true. But that's
Mhm.
just more sometimes the wrong person has the wrong occupation.
yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that. Or they have more internal issues that they have to personally deal with, and they use their job as an expression
Yeah.
to make themselves feel
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's something entirely different.
Right.
Like, so I think one of the best ways to build and like maintain a trust is definitely honesty, even if it like
Hmm.
is to the point of humility. Because like, there's nothing wrong with like being humiliated. People like have this sort of idea of like I can't ever look bad, and
Right.
that's completely false. Like eventually,
Mhm.
there's gonna be a time, excuse me, a time in your life where you're gonna look bad, and you're gonna look bad to people that you care about.
Hmm.
But if you can like own the situation and not just cower in a corner, people are gonna be
Right.
like, oh, they're confident enough to at least be like, damn, I fucked up, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it sort of it adds to a character of a person when you can do that. Man's just
I
Right.
would agree.
flashbanged himself.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I did. It won't close. But
But
no, like stand on that, bro. Like if you fucked up, stand on that. I'm gonna trust you a lot more.
yeah, I mean, I've had instances at work where I've talked to random people and been like, you know what, I don't know.
Right.
I'm not gonna sit here and make something up and make it sound good. I don't know. Let me try to
Mhm.
find the answer.
Right.
Because
I
Well, I
like,
respect
mean, I guess
people
that's
more that way whenever they can accept that as an answer or give
right.
that as an answer.
well, I mean, at the very least, they can
I
be
get
like, oh, this guy's incompetent. Oh, well, do
yeah.
you know everything in the world? I don't think you do.
Right.
But I
No.
guess that's like also a big difference of like between being right and wrong. Because like I don't have the right answer, but I can get you the right answer.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna give you a wrong answer because it makes this process go quicker or I look better or
Right.
whatever.
And now you're gonna go to the next
Right.
person and be like, oh well, that guy told me. Like, yeah, well that guy was wrong.
Yeah.
I've I literally just went through this just the other day, and this lady was like, "Oh, well, they told me this, and they let me do this," and I looked at her and I was like, "That's the wrong answer," and I said,
Right.
"Excuse my language, but they fucked up. They
Yeah.
like royally messed up," and she was like, "There is no way in hell," and I'm like, "If I was there, I'd be telling you what I'm telling you now." So,
Right. Ma'am, here's the book.
yeah, here's the right answer if you'd like the right answer. I
Says it right there on page 11.
and I think
Yeah.
that's my thing too is I have no problem if I know you're in the wrong. I have never had a problem. Well, in the past like 5-ish years, since I became like in the past like 5-ish years, I've never had a problem calling out someone that I know is wrong. If it's your personal belief, I can't say that it's right or wrong. I can tell you why it's wrong to me, but
Yeah.
if it's like an objective thing and you're wrong, then
Right.
then I mean you're wrong. I mean it is what it is.
Oh yeah, 2 plus 2 is always going to equal 4.
Call a spade.
However, 1 plus 1 equals 3. But that's if you know, you know.
What was the what
I don't know that because I thought 1+1 is 2, but
1 plus 1 is 3 because 1 plus 1 peoples equals 3 peoples.
gotcha. Gotcha.
What did Brother Malachi say?
Oh my god, bro! It's hold on, because it's it's in my Discord bio. Hold on.
What is
I gotta
4
turn
can become
streamer.
1, but what is 1 cannot become 4?
What was once 1 shall become 4, though the 3 shall become 1. Never will the 4 be whole. Makes absolutely no fucking sense, but
So
it makes sense
context, right? That quote came from Diablo,
from a video game.
and we were just running past in the level, and out
we
of like
teleport. We
yeah,
teleported out as he was saying it, bro.
and we was like, wait a minute, hold up, what did he just say? Because that's kind of a
I spent
banger.
I spent 2 hours looking for that quote,
We had to look up like audio dialogue for the game.
and
Oh
I
Like
my
spent
some nerd
ever.
out there somewhere took the time to transcribe all of the game audio.
Hey, shouts out to that guy.
Yeah,
That's insane.
it's a banger quote though.
Bro, can you imagine the amount of hours you spend in one area just to hear all the audio quote?
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ.
But no,
H2,
that's
you
insane.
guys would be looking for it though one day.
yeah,
He
they
did know.
they said some weirdos out there are gonna want to know this voice line,
They make it their Discord bio.
and I've gotta be the one to transcribe all of it just because I don't know exactly which one they're gonna want.
You want to talk about trust? That guy could lead me into hell and I would follow him.
I trust that he's gonna do his job, man.
He knows what becomes 1.
Not the 4, apparently.
Never shall it become 4. Come on now, keep up.
So yeah, honesty, right? Honesty is like one of the best ways to establish and build on trust.
Right.
Because at the very least, like when you go to sleep at night, you can at least be like, I honestly spoke my mind and told the truth. Whether
Oof.
we can do an episode on truth because that's a whole other conversation too.
I mean, we own the topic. I did it to my boss and he got mad at me and stopped replying. So,
Was you right?
if if I was making you mad, right? If I was making you mad in text and you stopped replying to me, does that tell me if I'm right or if
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hence back towards what I said about work and them kind of lying to us.
Man said, "Where you at? At home?"
But I'll read them. I don't care.
That's all he said.
Yeah.
At home.
You come he said, "You coming in?" I said, "Probably not." He sent me 3 question marks. I said, "Unless there's actually something to do." The past 2 days I've spent staring at the car waiting on these cars that we're supposed to get. Never seen any of them. He's like, "I've had work all morning, blah, 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 blah." My father-in-law calls me. He's like, "I got 2 cars. You can have one. I'll keep them coming in." He got those cars out in like a day. So they weren't paying enough for me to really give a fuck about. And then he was like, "We're going through a slow period," which he's right. But I said, maybe I said it to him in person, but I was like, "Y'all told us that we were getting a bunch of them at the first of the year, and I've seen 2 come in since I've seen 4 now since the first of the year from the insurance company that I work for. Where are they at, bro?" So yeah, he stopped replying to me after I called him out on that. So you tell me if I was right.
mm,
And that's the thing is like you took it. You took their word for it, and they gave you information
Hmm.
that either wasn't validated
Yeah,
or was just completely false altogether.
yeah. Mind you, I've had the same. I just now got 2 of the same cars that I've had for 2 weeks. So I can't even trust the other insurance companies to do their part.
what could they do to regain your trust?
Maybe do their job.
Yeah.
I'm being honest. Like, I'm not even trying to be smart. Like,
I mean, yeah, that's a big part of
well, like, look, the
workforce,
big
right?
thing is, right? Like, it's a little bit off topic, but just for background information, two of the cars that I had, the insurance company, the guy has to come out and look at them. Okay, that's fine. Why does it take you a week and a half to do that then? Like, you live in the state, bro. Why does it take you a week and a half? And then the other one, it literally took the insurance company 2 weeks to even email my rider back and be like, yeah, you can go ahead with that. I can't order parts until it's approved, you know? So yeah, I stared at 3 cars for 2.5 weeks because people can't do their job. And they're mad at me for not doing my job when I can't physically do my job.
I mean, there's an order of operations there though.
Yeah,
If the person before you doesn't do what they're supposed to do, like they signed up to do,
right.
how are you going to do what you're supposed to do, you know?
Right.
And I think that goes for a lot of different places too. And I mean
Yeah, it's
that
not just
that's
my field, you know?
that's a that's a that can go large scale. I mean very large scale because if like a certain department doesn't do their job correctly and then the people that work under them are supposed to work off of that, how right? How do
Right.
you do that correct?
Mhm.
And then so now you got a whole chain of people that are fucked up because one person or a group of people didn't want to do the right thing or do their job properly.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I mean, look, shit rolls downhill, right? If you know, you know.
Mhm.
That that's showing my cards right there. Shit rolls downhill, dude. Like, and it's like an avalanche. It builds up and builds up. Like for example, you can lie a little bit in the beginning of a relationship, and maybe nobody ever finds out, but then it becomes a habit to do so, and then the shit's just gonna continue to build and build and build until it
Mhm.
explodes, and then somebody's got to clean it up.
Well, it ain't gonna be the person lying the whole time, even though it
And
should be.
well, and that goes back to the thing of like it's always the people that do the right thing and that are like the good people at what they do that catch the most hell
Right.
because the shit falls on them, and when they can't deal with it because they don't even know what the hell's going on, it's like, oh well, you're just bad at your job. Like,
Right.
no, that's not the case. It's start looking up.
I couldn't tell you how much I hear that in my field, in my line of work.
What?
Like, especially starting out, not doing it 30 years, like my father-in-law. Like, oh, he's not gonna make it because I suck at it because I've been doing it for 3 months. I've been doing it more than 3 months. You know,
Yeah.
like they I'm gonna use the topic word. They don't trust none of the work I send over, and it's like you're not gonna trust it until you fucking trust it. Even though
Yeah.
I've countless times showed y'all that I can do this, you know. But I mean, you're never gonna be good as somebody been doing it 30 years right off the bat, you know.
Well, that leads to another like sort of aspect of trust too, is like certain certain situations you can't just immediately trust that someone knows how to do something,
Right.
right? So you do have to sort of have like a validating period, a probationary period, if you will, of seeing what they can do, and then at least trusting them to continue to do that if they're doing the right thing.
Right. I mean, at least trust me to do it right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which, like, this is what killed me, right? So I got a job from an estimator that I'd never worked for, which I do not want to. I do not like him. But but yeah, he gave me a car. He was like, it's probably gonna be totaled. That was a lie. Don't care. I get paid for it whether it's totaled or not. But every time he came back there, he would talk to my father-in-law about it, and I'm like, do you just not trust me to do this? Like, if you don't trust me, then don't give me the job, you know? And my father-in-law was like, well, I've been doing it so long that, like, yeah, he's going to come to me. And I'm like, it's funny because everything you told him is exactly what I was. It's everything you've taught me. So, yeah. So now when he asks me if I want to take one of his cars, I just tell him no.
I mean, it's valid.
I'm not even going to bother.
That's a valid response for if someone is not going to trust you to do your
Right.
job.
I agree.
Which, I mean, it's also just, I don't really respect him, you know? I don't like the way he talks to people. I don't like the way he acts. And I even more specifically, and I'm going to use a word that we probably don't use a lot here, I hate the way he cuts people off when you're in the middle of a conversation.
That is the worst.
Yeah, I don't care how important it is that you need to talk to this person. How do you know what I'm talking to Steven about is not also important?
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. Can't be that important. You have a phone. Text them what you need to tell them. They'll see it.
I think that might just be honestly lack of self-awareness. That's a personal
Yeah.
problem. That's not
Well, to
something
be
you can
honest,
help with.
he does. Our boss does get on him all the time for constantly leaving his office to go talk to the guys about whatever it is.
What you guys gonna do on Saturday? You gonna go to the
No,
bar?
he so like he was standing there talking to one of the other guys, and I was like in close proximity. And where we were standing, if I look to my left, you can see the boss in his window. And so he's calling me, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, okay. So I answer it. I'm looking dead at him through the window. He's looking dead at me, and he goes, hey, can you tell him there's a phone for a reason? And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. So I hung up, and I was like, yo, you're in trouble. Boss said there's a phone for a reason, and to go see him. I gotta be a dickhead if he's gonna be a dickhead, bro. I have no respect for him. Say to him, bro. So I just don't talk to him.
Sometimes you gotta match the energy.
Oh, I terribly match it. He'll say good morning to me, and I'll just be like, "Yep," and keep walking.
Like, yes, it is a good morning.
No, it was good until you said something to me.
Good morning. Now it isn't.
To be honest, he didn't even give me a good first impression when I started. Like my third day, he was back there getting into it with my father-in-law. It's like, yo, who the fuck are you talking to, bro? Like, I was about to say that to him, but you know. Steven, you know how my father-in-law is.
Yeah.
he started getting back on him. I was like, okay, never mind. Got it. Say nothing.
He's got it.
Yeah. I have learned by working with him that like he will only get mad and like really talk back to you if it's affecting his money.
That's valid. When you're at work, that's what you're at work for. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. So when they come back there on some bullshit, he's like, nah, nope, I'll let that motherfucker sit outside. I don't care.
Mhm.
He does not play, dude. But he's not like that in public. But I guess because out in public, it don't affect his money.
Yeah.
That's another. You mentioned first impressions, and I got to thinking. I was like, that's sort of another way that you establish trust too, is off of
Yeah.
that first impression, because people people tend to put on a facade at the very beginning of a relationship.
Hmm.
In that first encounter, it's just like obviously both people are trying to figure out who the other person is
Right.
without well, give me a 5-page essay on your bio or some shit. Like you're not doing that. You're you are, but you're doing it all in a moment.
Right.
And so, like, if you have a bad first impression, it's it's gonna sort of tarnish the way that people look at you,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's
especially if you start off by being untrustworthy
yeah.
or doing an action that that just makes you look bad. Like you're
Mhm.
bad at your job, you have bad morals, whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I mean, those
Well,
are, I guess, for the audience, that's kind of good red flags. First
it's funny
impressions
because
do matter.
that same guy apparently, not just me, gives everybody a very bad impression. Because we just had a new estimator start, and we were talking about the guy that nobody really likes, and he was standing there, and he's like, "God, nobody likes him." I was like, "Oh, you'll probably soon find out. He'll probably say some dumb shit to you." And then a week later, he was like, "Now I see why."
Yep, there it is.
That's crazy that that's
And
how
we've
you
also had
that's how you know it's bad when other people are calling you out. Like,
mhm. We've had a so like you don't necessarily need a license to do his job, but being licensed really helps
mm-hmm,
with your job, makes insurance companies trust you a lot more.
Mhm.
But we had an estimator before the guy we have now that apparently called the company that gives the licenses out and was fact checking him because he was running around the shop saying that he's licensed for all of it. And the guy was like, I can't find nothing with that name. So not only is he giving bad impressions, but he's lying.
that's
That's insane.
you gave me another good example of certification, right? Because we were talking about, if you get on a plane, you get on a bus, you're going to trust these people to do their job. And there has here as of lately, people have been like, "Oh, you don't need college to, you know, do great in life and blah 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 or whatever." And to an extent, people are right. But the thing is like, I hear the argument a lot. Oh, it's just a piece of paper, and that is, I mean, there's a lot of holes in that argument, mainly because,
Personally, I just say learn a trade
well,
if you don't want to go to
so
college.
going into the same thing, right? That piece of paper, because even when you learn a trade, you get certified to do said trade, which is also a
Right.
piece of paper.
Yeah.
What people don't understand about college though is it's the same concept. You're not going to ultimately get a piece of paper. You're going to develop skills that you're going to
Right.
use later on.
Right.
And with those pieces of paper, that is an employer's way of seeing, oh, I can trust him to show up. I trust, like, through the interview process, you're gonna show what and tell what kind of skills you have developed.
The only and like side note, the only problem I have with that is in not all fields, but in some fields, they want a certain amount of experience, but they won't count college as an experience. And it'll be every job you apply for that wants X amount of experience. How am I
Yeah.
going to get it if nobody gives it to me? You know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, and that's like the biggest thing with that. With that is internships.
Right, but you still got to make money.
Well, and that's the issue, right?
Yeah.
Is most internships are unpaid. It's just
Right.
for skill building.
The experience,
Yeah.
right? But not everybody can afford that, and that's the problem I have with it. You know?
Well, internships are free. You just have to show, whatever you're. I'm more familiar with the medical field. I don't know about like manufacturing and stuff like that. But a lot of times you just have to show or apply and show that, hey, I am ready for this. I just need like on the job training, and this
Right.
internship would help me get that.
Yeah.
So I mean, there
I
are
mean, yeah,
ways.
like
There
I'm
are
with you on that. It's just the money aspect, you know, especially if you really need it.
Yeah, having being forced out of school and into a job isn't always necessarily like the best thing for the person.
Right. I mean, if you can afford it, do it, because then it just helps you later.
Ooh, I did have notes on trust.
But me, I didn't finish high school, so I got a lot to do before I could even consider something like that.
It's not that hard.
And so now it's, you wreck car, I fix car. Don't need to know how to read for that, buddy.
Well, that's what I was doing. That's what I was doing when I worked at the factory. It wasn't. It was. I come to work. I make car.
Yeah.
I was just
They wreck car, I fix car.
yeah, I was just manufacturing the fucking cars. So
Right. Yeah, you don't need to know how to read to do that. But I mean, there is still like it's the
no,
same thing. Like you said, there's still certifications that I need. You know.
yeah, for me it was just as long as you know red means bad, you're good.
Yeah. Yeah.
When the screen goes red, stop. That's it.
Yeah.
If somebody's
Yeah.
spewing red, hit the big red button.
Well, I've already broken that one.
That's
Because I was spewing red and still going. But no, like I still need a welding certification, which they haven't done because they do it. They don't do it every year for us. Like there's actually a company that comes out and does it for us. So I'm waiting for them. So if I welded your car, it was done right, but it wasn't done certified.
They might not trust you now.
Well, they trust my company.
Luckily,
So
luckily you don't put a maker's mark on your weld, so they
yeah.
can't be really
Well,
sure.
I mean, I'm also not welding this stuff and then just sending it. Like I'm welding it and then I'm going to my father. What's good? Like,
Yeah.
is it good? Do I
You're
need to
getting
grind that shit out and
yeah,
do it again?
you're getting a quality check first before.
Right. I'm getting somebody certified to weld to come check it out. Or sometimes he even welds it for if it's a weak spot. I'm like, I don't trust myself.
That's a great segue. I'm glad you said that because
Yeah.
we've talked a lot about like trusting other people and trusting organizations and stuff.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things I've seen people have issues with is trusting themselves, and I mean to a fault. It's one thing to be like, okay, I'm not experienced enough in a skill,
Right.
but to, I mean, absolutely not trust yourself to do anything and solely rely on other people. That is a problem. That's
Very
I mean that's a huge problem because well, first of all, then you always have to have someone there with you. You can't you whether you like it or not, you have to trust that person.
I mean, I don't know. The way I look at it is if you don't trust yourself, how are you going to trust somebody else?
I can see where
I
you're
can,
coming from, but I no, because I don't look. I don't trust myself to weld a car and do it right.
Yeah, but I trust you to weld a car and do it right.
Well, you are gonna be you.
disappointed.
You can trust me to
Buddy,
figure it out. You can trust me to
that's
figure it out,
exactly. There's a lot of things I've seen you do that you're like, I don't know about this, and still do it.
and because I'll figure it out. That's the difference though. Is like it's it's fine
Well,
to
then
not.
in a sense, don't you trust yourself then?
I trust myself to figure it out.
So, in a sense, don't you trust yourself
To figure it out, yes.
to weld the car? You trust yourself. Because if you trust yourself to
Not
figure it out, then you trust yourself to
not
weld it.
at this moment. No, I have not
Well,
figured it
yeah.
out.
Well, yeah. Well, you don't have a welder right in front of you, do
Well,
you?
touche. Okay, but
Go down to the freight and
you
get you a
get you
welding.
get my point, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah. I'm just giving you shit.
also in the more like dramatic things, right? Is like some people don't trust themselves to drive cars anymore.
Right.
They were in
But
car
they're,
wrecks and it was they say they killed someone in a car wreck or they got drunk and now they don't
right.
trust themselves anymore.
Yeah, you see that a lot in movies, even.
You do, and it's like it's a real thing.
Yeah, like we just watched one recently where the guy killed his buddy because he was drunk driving and would not drive the whole movie, even when people were like basically gun to head, like drive the car. He was like, no.
Yeah. Well, it's like you have to you have to break out of that. You have to find a way to get out of that mindset of I can't do this anymore because you
If it's
made
popsicle, it's possible. Bro, I live and die by that, okay? That's how I know I can do anything. I'm just saying.
But the point is you you will live in a constant state of fear if you don't trust yourself, at least a little bit. Like for me,
Yeah.
right? Like I could say like I don't know how to do this skill, but I trust myself enough to figure it out.
Yeah.
That's fine. If you had that
Right.
mindset, that's fine because then like, hey, you want to do it? Okay, figure it out. You know you can
Yeah.
figure it out, so let's figure it out and then do it.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was the same way when I started my job, and they were like, "All right, weld this," and I was like, "No."
Yeah, you're just like,
But
I don't want
like,
to fuck this up.
he also didn't just let me, start welding somebody's car together. He gave me a bunch of scrap shit.
Yeah, you figured it out first.
Practice.
Right. But like, same thing like you're saying though, like I trust myself to figure it out. Like, cocky over confidence or confidence over cockiness here. But like, I can do it. I don't give a shit what you say. I can do it. That don't mean I'm gonna be good at it, but I can do it.
Yeah.
But I guess that's also like just from being at the skate park so much. I got that mentality from like,
Don't stop until you
what
figure it out. Yeah.
yeah, like what did we always say at the skate park? Mind over matter.
Yep.
So I still kind of have that same mindset of like there ain't shit that I can't do.
I mean, it's a valid way to live life. But
Right.
don't do what I did, like with that mindset, and be like, "Oh, I can do anything, but I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to."
All right, bro. That's just being lazy.
No, well, that was my way with school, right? Is like,
Oh yeah.
but like before I graduated, I was like, I don't need this. I know this. I know that I can do it, but I don't want to like go through the
Do
process
it.
of graduating, so I'm not gonna
Right.
do that.
Right.
And then I later found out that that was like my own personal fallacy, and
Yeah, it was a bigger picture than just you know how to do it.
yeah, and
Because at the same time, like I don't care if you know how to do.
you cut out a lot,
I'm saying like I don't care if you know how to do it. Show me you know how to do it.
right? And so
You
yeah,
know.
and when it came to the time of like the skills that I would have learned needed to be applied, and I didn't have them, it was like, oh shit, okay,
Right.
maybe I do need to do this now.
Right.
That's why people I sort of staying on the topic of school. They're just like, when will I ever use this math equation in life? And then they're 35, just got out of college, and they're just like, oh, I want to go do this now. And then they go to an interview and they have like a test or whatever, and
Yeah.
holy fuck, there's that math equation that I didn't fucking know that I would ever use. And
That you're gonna have to use because it's the job you want to do.
yeah,
Right.
like the thing is, life throws a lot of stuff at you, and it's okay to not be. I say this all the time: jack of all trades, master of none. It's okay to not like know everything and be a subject matter expert about one particular thing. But if you
Right.
know a little bit about everything, I mean,
Right.
you'll do just fine. You can figure out the
Yeah.
rest as you go. But you got to trust yourself to know that little bit first of like trust your own skill,
Exactly.
and your
Yeah.
own mental capacity.
And I think that's like even though we've talked to Skinner a lot about how he doesn't really like his job, but I think that's kind of why he keeps doing it is because he knows a lot about a lot.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, I can always fix your engine. This guy's like, no, I can fix your door, I can fix your window, I can fix your AC, I can fix your like.
He's the ultimate handy manny.
I can dive in the dumpster for your fake teeth. Yes, he has done that before. Sorry, Skinner, love you to death, buddy. But I feel for him.
What's funny is, yeah, he had a tenant that lost her teeth.
Just for an hour later, for her to be like, "Oh, they weren't in
them.
there. I found them."
He dug through.
I'm
Oh
covered
my
in.
gosh.
I'm covered in trash juice,
That's
and
gross.
you had them the whole time. But you can't say that man ain't trustworthy. Okay.
I mean, yeah,
He was
not wrong.
dedicated to helping her.
Hey, bro said.
He said, "I got
He
you,
called me,
Susan." Start, whoop.
bro, because he
Right
called
in
me
the-
after. He called me after, and he said the guy that works with him, he was like, "So what are you gonna do? Like call the company?" And he goes, "Nah, hold my phone, hold my keys. I'm going in." He was like, "You're going in there?" Like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go find this lady's teeth, bro. Those are expensive."
That is a good man right there.
Hey, good-hearted man. Love him to death.
That is a good man.
Shout out Skinner. Couldn't make it today, but next time.
You know, the whole time as he was getting in that dumpster, he was like, "God damn it, motherfucker!"
Oh, you know he was.
This motherfucker.
What? Hey, what do I say when he's
he rips
when
open
he's
a
actually?
bag. He rips open a bag. Oh damn! Somebody had lasagna last night.
Oh my god.
Bro,
Gross.
what do I say every time when you know Skinner's serious? He starts his sentence with "motherfucker."
Yeah, he does.
You know he's getting in there going "motherfucker." Oh man.
Man.
But I mean, like,
Yeah.
he definitely has built a lot of trust with his company. You know,
Yeah.
because like the bosses will show up and they're like, don't even know why we show up. It always looks good. Like,
Good spot to be in.
which honestly and he told me yesterday why they show up all the time. It's because there's a casino they like going to right down the street.
It's like on the way, you know. So.
Yeah, like, oh, we were in the area. Like,
We thought we'd just pop in and see how everything's going, you know.
yeah. That's not to say he doesn't hate that job. He really does not like that job. And I wish that he could find a better job, but you know, there's a lot of circumstances behind all just why he works there, you know.
Believe it or not, it's easy to go to a different job, but it's not easy to go to a different job that you're gonna like.
It's also harder to go to a different job where you're gonna have to find another place to live.
That too, yeah.
So,
and I think
because
that's why you should like sort of round yourself with a skill set that's generalized, and you can use
right.
it. You know, you can use it throughout everything. Like,
Yeah.
like one good example, right, is like public speaking, and I'm not talking about like getting up on a stage and talking to 100,000 people, because public speaking is just talking to random people, just conversation.
Right. Marketing, like
Yeah,
that's public
marketing.
speaking.
Yeah, like just having that skill of being confident in like how you speak, it
Right.
makes a big difference to people when they come up to someone and they're just like, "Hey, can you help me with this?" "Oh yeah, I got you. This is what we got to do." You know, or "Oh, I don't know, but let me figure it out." You
Right.
know what I mean? So you gotta
I mean,
trust yourself
even
not to freeze in those situations.
with my job, it's it's the same way because not a lot of people want to do what I do. Like we have a job listing for like 30 an hour and nobody's applying. Which it's not hourly because it's flat rate, but like if you do the math of what you could make, you could roughly make 30 an hour. And nobody's applying for it apparently.
Well, could make and am making are two different things.
Yeah, but like still you see a high number, you're like, "Oh, I'm going to
Yeah.
do it." You know what I'm saying? You're not really thinking about
You pop on
But that's the
Indeed and you just search by, like hourly
right.
rate or salary,
Right.
and you're just like, "Oh, okay, bet."
Exactly. But see, that's the good thing about my job. It's not a lot of people want to do it. So I could go anywhere in my state and continue doing my job.
Supply and demand.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're gonna be like, well, nobody else wanted to do it. We'll take you. You know how to do it.
And you sort of have job security because like there's always going to be vehicles on the road, at least in our lifetime, and there's
Yeah.
always going to be accidents.
Hey, I'll I'll repair the fender on your spaceship. Don't you worry, big dog.
I got you.
Go ahead and fly her in.
God, that'd be so annoying to hear the beat when they back up. Like on the
Turn the jets off, bro. It's loud in here.
This is hot, dude.
Put that motherfucker in neutral and push it. Jeez. I feel like it would translate over though. It would still be,
slightly, yeah.
you know, like it's kind of hard to say.
Instead of
It's like
working with steel and aluminum, you'd be working with fucking some
right.
alien alloy.
I mean, it's kind of hard to say that like my job is basically cosmetic work because it's a lot deeper than that, but it would still be the same function. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, not to hate on your job, but it is mostly cosmetic work. Because like
Right,
they're
but
not gonna send it to you if there's like massive amounts of like structural damage.
no, they will. It still has to go somewhere because the certified shop has to actually go through it, break it down, and submit it to insurance for insurance to say if it was a total or not.
Okay.
It's a little different when you do what you did and you just send them all the pictures and they see, like they see a big hole in the frame of your. Yeah, that's like automatic. Not always though. It just depends.
Yeah.
Because if it's not a full frame vehicle, then it can be fixed.
Yeah.
But even then, we've done a full frame, so
all I'm saying
it really
is
just depends.
you got a wheel that's supposed to be on the outside of the vehicle. It's on the inside of the engine bay. It's probably total.
Yeah. Oh
like
yeah, for sure.
98% of the time, it's probably total.
For sure. But I mean, it's still a little deeper than just cosmetics because
Yeah.
sometimes you get hit and you're like, oh, it's not that bad, and then we tear it apart and it is way worse than what you.
Yeah, there's like
You're
there's inside stuff.
Yeah, I mean, how many times have you gotten in like you've gotten rear-ended and you're like, oh, this is probably only gonna be like $1,000, or like it's just gonna be my deductible. Insurance is gonna do it, and then your insurance company calls you and they're like, yeah, so damage it's gonna be 6,000, and you're like, how, bro? It didn't even look that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Never. It's never happened.
Because you don't see the things behind your bumpers and your fenders, but I do. I'm in there. I'm in your walls.
It's never happened to me. I've only been in 2 wrecks in my life, and you were in one of them.
No, but you still, yeah, and that sucked. We
No,
physically butted
yeah.
heads. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
You've
get what
seen
you
it.
mean, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Me and you have talked about my job enough that you know what I mean. Bottom line is, I'm not going to name names, but there's insurance companies to stay away from.
Yeah.
You can tell
All
me
of them. All of them. They're all scams. Every one of them. More specifically, to name one, Geico. Never get Geico. They're garbage. They don't care about you. They only want your money. Sorry.
You'll be getting an email later tonight.
Yeah.
Good. Take me off of them, bro. Jesus Christ. Y'all ain't sending us work anyway. Man. Speaking of, that's something I'll tell you off of podcast. Because I found out something that no wonder, right?
That I can only imagine, honestly.
Right. Which I mean, I guess like to be on topic, which does include my job, right? The reason they're probably not giving us work is because they don't really like what's going. They don't really like the people. They don't like how they've been handling things.
Yeah.
More specifically, one person who kind of like ruined it, but you know, it is what it is. It's either you're gonna send work to us or you're gonna hopefully find another shop that's willing to do it because you know we're like the only shop. This is what I was going to say off podcast because I guess at this point it's kind of crucial. We're the only shop in a 150-mile radius that has the certification to work with Geico. Because every other body shop doesn't want to do it because you don't have to have it. You just have to have it to work with that insurance company.
Yeah.
And we're the only shop in 150 miles that have it. So where are y'all sending it then? It's 150 miles is a lot.
Yeah, it is.
It's all going to Missouri.
Yeah.
Or going up to Indy.
Yeah, well, have fun telling the person that lives 2 minutes from our shop that they have to drive all the way to Indianapolis to go get a car.
Sucks to suck. Don't get into a wreck.
Well, hey, there's one 2 minutes from your house, big dog. I'll get you together. Oh man.
I mean, that's about the extent of my notes and what I could tell. Because the thing is with trust, like we can branch off into a lot of different topics of betrayal and
Right.
a lot of different.
Well,
things.
there's so many things that go into even having that trust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't just about
a lot of the stuff we've
trust
already
itself.
talked about in previous episodes, specifically the relationships episode.
Right. I feel like that's our problem sometimes. Some things that we talk about
they overlap.
Seem so relatable to other things we've talked about, and then it's kind of hard to talk about because we've already talked about it.
Yeah, we just gotta have to go in more depth with some of this stuff.
I think we just rebrand to Splunk. Hey, you said an hour. It's been over an hour.
Throw up a poll.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Throw up a poll to remove you from voice chat when you're not asked a question.
Good luck. All right. Just
all right.
leaves.
All right, do your little outro.
Do your outro. God, man. I was gonna say
unless either of you have any more to add.
I was gonna say I feel like if we're on the topic of trust, maybe we share a time where we all fucking like really trusted somebody or broke trust or somebody broke our trust or something that you think about or was recent or something, you know?
That's a good idea. I'll go last.
Because like I've already kind of mentioned mine, which was like being a teenager and my mom saying it to me because it's like burned into my brain. Because when she said that, I was like, damn, I really fucked up, didn't I? Like, you know?
I have the perfect example from when I was young. Even though I've had trust broken plenty more times since then, but this one stuck with me.
Or even when my grandma has looked both of us in our fucking eyes and said she didn't trust us anymore. And that one hits harder.
I never did nothing. It was always
guilty by association.
It was always you, and I just so happened to be
You're
there.
You're always guilty by association.
Brother, my grandma lived and died by a 2-hit rule system, right?
Yeah,
I don't care who started it. I'm finishing it. Y'all are both getting hit. So I started it. Steven did nothing. Grandma's gonna end it, and we're both getting hit.
Yep.
So
sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah, his mom bitched me out for something he did like a week prior that I wasn't even there. But I just so happened to be in the house at the time. And it was all, y'all need to get your, wait a minute, y'all. Wait, what? Okay.
Yeah, y'all.
Okay.
You were involved for whatever reason.
Yeah. Because I was sleeping in the basement and I was just catching strays. That's it.
Hey, welcome to the family, big dog. It's blood in, blood out around here, okay?
There is no blood out.
Yeah. It's only way out is in a box.
Till death do us part type shit.
Yeah. At this point, yeah, you're stuck.
But no, my experience with a broken trust as a young kid, it really fucked with me because when you're a kid and you, especially in you just started high school, fresh out of middle school, you see all these other kids talking about, yeah, I have this hanging up in my room, or this is where I hang out in my room, whatever. And when we moved into our new house, just as I started high school, my mom promised me the upstairs. It was like an attic renovated to be a room, so it had new
Oh,
carpet and everything. And for
GG's.
yeah, for the first like 6 months, like as we moved in, she told me she was like, "Oh yeah, they're moving in with us. You know these like friends of hers." She's like, "They're moving in with us, and they're gonna take the upstairs room." And
Pissed.
I never let that go. It still bugs me to this day. I never let it go.
I wouldn't either. You would have had your own personal space and
I
everything.
never. Eventually, I did get the room, but that's not the point. That's not the point. The
Right.
point is
Point
like,
was you lied. You were lied to.
yeah, I trusted that you could have just been like, no, you're not moving in with us. Get your own shit.
Right.
Because I mean, we were already living off of government assistance anyway.
Oh yeah, and I feel
So
like
it
it.
was like,
I feel like it probably was less that she lied to you and more like she was like, "Oh shit!" Like it would really help us financially if we did that.
Yeah.
So
it,
I know.
it didn't actually. If anything,
Well,
it hurt us more.
damn.
But
Good
It is
thinking.
what it is.
it, I don't know where she was, what she was thinking, or where she was coming from, because she never really talked to me about it. But I
Right.
felt
You
like it
okay?
was more of I'm trying to help out my friends than I'm trying to help out my kids, and that
Right.
stuck with me because I'm like, I'm not gonna give my friends what I give my kids.
Right.
Just
Justice for my boy. He needs the top room.
yeah,
Hey, you got the
but
top
yeah,
room at my house. You got the top room at my house for a while.
the top and the bottom room.
Yeah, we was all over that motherfucker, boy.
I was never in the middle. It was hot as a bitch up
You
there.
know,
Ooh.
I can't say that is like a huge difference between like just our mothers alone. Because if I walked in there and was like, "Mom, I want this room," she'd be like, "All right, bet."
Yeah,
She wouldn't even question it.
that's what I did. I was like, "Hey, I'm getting the upstairs." Everybody was like, "All right, cool. Nobody wants to be up there anyway. It's hot as fuck. It's like secluded. Like you gotta walk upstairs to get to your room. Like no,
That's the point. Y'all can
yeah,
leave me alone.
yeah. You want me? Knock on my door downstairs. I might answer.
Right, right.
But yeah,
Well, you got anything?
I mean, really with trust, it's just um something recent. Losing my trust with my kids' dad. I don't really
Yeah.
trust him with them anymore. So it's
Ooh,
learning that, and that's kind of like a yeah.
yeah. I mean, you feel like that's something that could ever be earned back, or no?
Um, I guess we can see over time. I don't really see it happening though.
Yeah. I mean, it's a huge difference when it comes to kids,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
absolutely.
not just you between them.
Hmm. Yeah, because inevitably, if it doesn't work out, it's gonna hurt them in the end as well. So
Right. That's
yeah.
crazy. It's kind of similar to something I've told Steven once. Actually, no, my mom told you. Yeah. Yeah. You think about that one.
I don't remember what it was. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, there's
She
a
told
reason you don't remember. You didn't want it to be said.
she told me a lot of shit, bro.
She did. You know what? At least my mom looks out for you. Shouts out, mom. But anyway, with that being said, I love each and every one of you. Have a better day than you did yesterday and today.
We gotta work on that quote, man.
And there's a dog gone. The dog's gone. I was going to show you guys a dog, but he's gone. Wife came, scooped him up, took him. So, do I need a deep inhale before I do it, or like, how do you want?
Wait, deep inhale before you do what?
Yeah, before I do my quotes, like I did the like the last time.
No, it just doesn't flow. It doesn't roll off the tongue anymore like it used to.
It don't roll off the tongue because you don't say it.
oh,
If I said it, I'd say it better.
To be fair, it's an unwritten rule. He starts, I finish.
Yeah.
So,
Now it's a recorded rule.
so now I'm gonna judge you on your starts,
You know what my start is?
get a
Start
notebook.
stream, start recording.
and then go,
Welcome back. This is yeah. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's it. That's what I'm
Let me
known for.
let me test on me.
All right, y'all. This is what we're going to talk about
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, because you're reading and you're talking at the same time. What are you reading? We've already established the topic.
I actually don't read anything anymore.
Yeah, well, because you don't know
I
how.
write it
mean,
down so I remember it, and then I can just look down at the passage. Not even the words, just the paragraph, and be like, oh, that's what that's about.
So then why do you need to look at it in the first place?
So I can fucking remember it, dude.
Put it in the
You know,
chat,
one
bro.
thing that I don't trust.
Put it in
You know, one
chat.
thing I don't trust is my memory.
Me to not stay splunking.
All right.
Yeah, I don't really trust your memory either. Love you, mate.
Love you. Bye.